My top down, listening to this Jesus. Riding with my top down, listening to this Jesus. Riding with my top down, top down. Riding with my top down, listening to this Jesus. Riding with my top, riding with my top down. Riding with my top down. Jesus music. Riding. Riding with my top down.
Yo, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? Tap in. As you come on, go ahead and share and like it. I missed y'all. I'm ready to talk. What's going on? I told y'all if it's one person that's on. Oh, that's pink. It's because my wife. when she uses it, the color has changed. Praise the Lord. Let me just change the color back. Let's try this again. Yes, Lord. Boom. If it's one person that's going to be on and should be on, my wife is on. Hello, wife. My bro, John. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Denise. I'm happy to be here. I ain't going to be on here crazy long. That's what I'm talking about. Support the home team. That's the name of the game. Yes, sir. I ain't going to be on here long. Thank y'all for joining me on the Growing Grace podcast. This is where we have opportunities to do like the Bible said, grow in grace and the knowledge of Christ. You know, I do think it's necessary to be able to have an outlook that's not only relevant, but can be supported and rooted in what God says about us and what God says to us. So I think that's important to understand and to recognize. So come on, y'all put in the comments, say grow in grace, say grow in grace. Say grow in grace. Say grow in grace. My wife got it. Grow in grace. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it because I got plenty to say. Like always, I got plenty to say. So first, we're gonna start out with our segments. The first segment is what's new. What's new is a segment where we get the opportunity to talk about what's going on in our current times, what's going on in current life. Because the reality is, so much going on, so much to discuss, so much to deal with, so much to contend with. Um, as a person who is a fan of football and a Lions fan myself, I think the thing to discuss that we gotta get the elephant out of the room. The Lions lost. The Lions lost. We already know it. We talked about it for a long time. It's been on all the podcasts, the ESPN, the sports shows. We lost. We ain't going to the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, I'm boycotting the Super Bowl. The same way y'all let who did it? Same way y'all let Jada boycott the Oscars a couple years ago. I'm boycotting the Super Bowl. I ain't going. I know y'all questioning whether or not I was going to actually make it or not, but not now. That question is answered. I'm not going. I'm refusing. Uh-huh. To buy tickets to Las Vegas and to put myself in them seats. I'm refusing. I'm making my choice now. I ain't going. But no, the real boycott is I probably am not watching. I have no need to watch. And to me, what happened with the Lions is such a powerful thing to deal with because if you watch the game, you recognize at halftime the post was up. We was in there. The post was going. We going to the Super Bowl. It's we was in there. It was finished. We was done. By the end of the game, I was deleting my Facebook. I didn't want to see none of y'all posts. I don't want to hear what none of y'all was talking about. Do y'all, do y'all hear me? When that game was over, I was finished. That was my last game watching. So for those who are just getting on, I'm letting y'all know I'm not going to the game. I'm not going to the Super Bowl. I'm not flying just because of that. But no, so the powerful thing is recognizing that how you start is valuable, but it's not it's not uh what's the word I'm gonna use? It's not the conclusion. I want to talk about it. This ain't the conversation for today, but I want to talk about it. How you start is not all there is to your story. Mm. How you start is not all there is to your story. It is so important for us to know and understand that if we start strong and finish awful, we still lose. Talk to me in here. If we start strong and finish wrong, we still lose. And the thing that hurt most about it is that the energy. I talked to a couple people that were at Ford Field. The game wasn't at Ford Field. The game was out west. But I talked to a couple people that actually went to Ford Field and watched the game on the screen. And what they were saying was there was such an energy in the room, so such an energy in the on the field during halftime, and that energy, it felt like it couldn't be contained because we felt like something that was supposed to happen. Talk to me. Something that we felt like was supposed to happen because it hasn't happened in so long, which is or ever really. The last time the Lions got to the end, it was called championship. It wasn't even called Super Bowl. So something that has never happened. There was such an energy in the room to get there, But the reality was, no matter how good we started, because we did not finish strong, we still lost. Woo. How painful is it to start strong and still lose? I hope I'm talking to somebody in here, because this is going to be important. I think as we traverse the rest of this year, don't just start strong, because we've finally gotten out of, first of all, January felt like it was like 2 months long. I don't know why. January felt like it was 2 months long. I mean, it is the longest month of the year. But now that we're out of what we would call the beginning, it is imperative that you don't just start strong and then finish wrong. It is important how you start, it is important how you manage the middle, and it's important how you end. Talk to me. I'll say it again. It's important how you start, it's important how you manage the middle, and it's important how you end. The Bible talks to us about better is the end of a thing. Because at least at the conclusion, I know who won and lost. At least when it's over, the scorecard can mean something. At least when the story is finished, I can actually tally up what happened. Because we all watch. Right now it's I'm saying football season is over to me. I don't. It's over. So it's basketball season now. So while watching basketball, it's interesting. You can watch somebody go into halftime with a crazy amount of points, like lit. That this is gonna be a historic night, and then they go 0 for whatever at the end of the game, and then you realize, hold up, because what you did in the beginning did not carry over to the end. It wasn't good enough to get you through. Ah, I'm talking to you. I need y'all to understand it's important how you start, it's important how you manage the middle, and it's important how you end. I'm not going to have a full conversation on managing the middle, because that's a whole conversation by itself. But managing the middle is so crucial to our lives, because so much of our lives is middle. That's the mundane part. There's a whole. I'm not going to preach that. I feel like I preached that before, so I'm not going to talk it now. But I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Um, in the story of the Valley of the Dry Bones, right? You got people who are in this valley, and the bones implies obviously that they're dead. And we figure out later that this was a great army. So the question is, how did this army get to this point where they died? I don't have this written down in my notes. So hear me out. So because when I don't write it down, the Lord got to be with me. He got to help me through this. So they died. In a valley, by definition, is the low place in between two mountains. I'm gonna say it again. A valley, by definition, is the place in between two mountains. So somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the middle, this army died. Somewhere in the middle, this army surrendered. Somewhere in this middle, this army's story was finished. So when I say it's important to manage the middle, because the reality is the mountains in our lives can be these wonderful moments, these peaks that we hit. One day I reached a goal, a financial goal in my life, but then it takes another 5 years before I hit uh, the marital goal in my life. But I die in the middle, I never could make it to that next peak. I can never experience the next mountain if I'm not willing to properly manage the middle. Talk to me in here. Put in the this ain't what I'm talking about. But can you put in the comments? I gotta manage the middle. Just put it in the comments. Say I gotta manage the middle. Yeah, I gotta manage the middle. Whew. All right, but that's what's new. That's what's new. The football game is over. Is over. For those of us in the state of Michigan, football is over. You know, I know y'all gonna get on them. What's it tomorrow? No, Sunday. Y'all gonna go ahead and watch Usher and go get caught up. The only caught up I need is to be caught up in the rapture, huh? Whew. I'm gonna be caught up. Mm. All right, all right, all right. I want to get to today's conversation. Today's conversation. It matters how they see you. Can y'all put that in the comments before I even get in their thing? Say it matters how they see you. It matters how they see you. And my attempt right now is to challenge that old saying that I don't care how people see me. It matters how they see you. It matters how they see you. Let's get into this. So when I'm thinking about this, you know, I gotta go from that. There's a text in the Bible, in Mark, the forgive me, I think it's sixth or fourth chapter, Mark 6, starting at the fourth verse, and the Bible says that Jesus told them, "A prophet is without honor only." I say only in his hometown, among his relatives, in his own household. Man, I'm gonna say it again. Jesus said to them, only in his hometown, amongst his relatives, in his own household, is a prophet without honor. Verse 5 says, so he could not perform any miracles there except to lay hands on a few sick people and heal them. And he was amazed at their unbelief. Wow. I want to jump back up to verse 3 where it says, when he got there, the response to Jesus getting to this town was, isn't this the carpenter? Yeah. The son of Mary and the brother of James. Aren't his brothers and sisters here with us as well? And they took offense at him. The reason I say it matters how they see you is because you have to recognize that this is Jesus. This is God. And the Bible says that Jesus was unable to perform miracles there. So somewhere in the mix of how they saw him limited what he was able to do for them. I'll say it again. Somewhere in the mix of how they saw him limited what he could do for them. So the challenge here is that Jesus could be limited by how you see him. So I'm gonna start there before I go to y'all. It matters how you see Jesus. Mm. It matters how you see Jesus. For those who don't understand and for those who are on the outskirts, it matters how you see Jesus. Because let me start on this side. For those who are currently unbelievers, the, the lack of faith creates an inability within yourself to be able to grasp what God has for you. So you wonder, why can't I see it how others see it? First, you got to have the faith to see it. Talk to me in here. And then for those who are struggling, you need to understand that for you to get all that you need from the Lord, you have to see him as he is. The Bible says for those to, when they approach him, you got to believe that he is. And that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So there is a belief in a certain level, in a certain type of belief I gotta have to be able to access what he has for me. I can't even access it all if I'm not willing. Talk to me in here. I can't even access it all if I'm not willing to see him correctly. And that's why it's important to be to make sure that you're around a body of believers, that you're in your word, that you're consistent, because your inability to see Jesus correctly can hinder you from experiencing Jesus fully. But let me take it to you now. It matters how people see you, because the potential challenge here is when people around you don't see you correctly, they can't get the full potential from you. When people around you don't see you correctly, they can't get the full potential from you. So if I'm a doctor, but nobody recognizes me as that, then if someone is in need, they're not willing to actually express that need to me, and I can't help them in what they need. That's why when an emergency happens and all these things go on, one of the first things that they yell is there a doctor in the room? Because we have to recognize who is in the room with us for us to be able to access what they have. This is even for those who have not yet expressed their need, because even you asking and trying to get the understanding of who is in the room is you stating, I have a need. Talk to me. So when people see you correctly, they can access the fullness of what you have to offer. In the challenge, even in this text, it goes to say around his family, that your family won't always see you correctly. I know that hurts, because you want your sister, your cousin, your mom, your dad, your brother and sister to see you correctly. It won't always work like that. You wonder why family don't support you. They don't see you correctly. Dude, you've been vying and fighting for your family to support you. They don't recognize what's in you. They don't recognize what they see, because all they see you as is all that you were. But if all you see me as is who I was, you'll never be able to receive the capacity of who I will be. And if you never can seize that capacity of who I will be, then when I am what God called me to be, you're not able to enjoy it. You're not able to thrive from it. You're not able to recognize it and to be able to get what you need from it. Talk to me in here. I know I'm talking in here. Tell somebody it matters how they see you. It I mean it matters. And the challenge that we have to deal with in this is we have to recognize that all because someone says that they love me does not mean that they see me as who I am. Man, because you have people who love you who only see you as a certain stage in your life. Let's jump back. Parents always say that that'll always be my baby. I am about to be 30. I ain't talking about my own mom right now, but I'm just making an example. I'm about to be 30. I ain't nobody's baby. I have babies, but it's just a natural thing that we do. We try to lock people in the stage that we enjoyed the most. We try to lock people in the stage, not only that we enjoyed them most, but lock them in the stage that we enjoyed ourselves the most. So me seeing high school friends as still high school friends as if they still in that age group is me trying to cling on not only to who you were then, but who I was then. Hmm. But tell somebody I'm not there no more. Type it in the comments, tag somebody, tell somebody real quick, I'm not there no more. I know I used to be in all that foolishness. I'm not there no more. I know I used to work at that old spot. I'm not there no more. I know I used to battle with some things. I used to wrestle with some things internally. I'm not there no more. Mm, mm. I know I was not always solid in who I am, but trust and believe, I'm not there no more. My bro John, what's up, man? I'm not there no more. Love you, bro. So I think this is important for us to understand and recognize because this allows us to be able to evolve. This allows us to be able to move on because the reality is, one, your ability to evolve allows you to change how you see other people and how you see yourself. You're not letting me. I don't want to say it like this. I don't want to say it like this. Sometimes people don't let you evolve because they don't want to realize how far they're not. Because at some point, realizing that this person progressed, I have to take accountability and stake in the reality that I did not. Am I talking to somebody in here? Am I talking to somebody in here? We've been in this challenge because we have to reconcile and to wrestle with the idea that sometimes their progression is a sign of my lack of progression. Their movement is a sign of my lack of movement. Because there's a thing that we learned back in school about how when somebody is in a fast moving object like a car or a plane, that everything in that object is technically moving at that speed. So when you're driving in the car down the highway and you're driving 70, if you're me driving to church, you're driving 90. Not, I'm just playing. You're driving 70. Technically, the not only is the car going 70, your body is going 70. So if something were to happen to stop the speed of the vehicle suddenly, same. Yep, 95. 95 down to 75. Yes, sir. Um, if something were to happen to stop that speed suddenly, then not only is the car damaged, but you are also damaged because the sudden speed change affects your body too, because you're going at that speed. So what happens is that people assume that with things going now the same speed, um, if someone is on the outside looking at these things moving, you get a better view to realize, oh, I'm not moving that speed. Because if you're driving 70 on the highway and the person next to you is driving even 65, 68, you're still passing by them, because these differences in speed is very obvious and very noticeable and very visible when the speeds are different. So the challenge now comes is that when I see somebody going at a faster rate than I am, when I see somebody going at a quicker rate of evolution, it's hard for me to actually reconcile it, because I have to now come to the terms of myself. I'm not going as fast as I should. I'm not moving where I should. I'm not moving in the direction that I should. Talk to me in here. Y'all share this. Y'all share this. It matters how they see you. It truly matters how they see you. You can't try to live a life where I'm just I am who I am. I don't care what people think about me. Well, you can't even be your full potential if people don't recognize all that you are. What's up, Jeremiah? What's up, bro? You can't even be your full potential if those around you don't recognize who you are. Being in music and being in all these realms. Say as a musician, if nobody around me thinks I'm okay, and there's only one spot to play a certain instrument on the stage, I'm not gonna be able to play if nobody think I can play. You won't even be able to access the potential of what I have, because you don't recognize what I have. You don't recognize who I am. So you got to make sure, and this now goes into the conversation of you have to be very cognizant of who's around you. I'm almost done tonight. You got to be very cognizant of who's around you. It's important who's around you. You can't just be around any and everybody. You can't just be around any and everybody. That's a no-no. Because as long as you're willing to be around people who only degrade, who only dishonor, who only see you as who you were, you'll never be able to evolve yourself. I'm all for keeping, your old circle and everything, but that no new friends is not something I ever understood. If I'm getting better, the friend group gotta get better. If I'm going higher, the circle got to go higher, and that does not always mean it's the same people going higher. As you're going up the elevator, some people get on, some people get off. It's not often you got the same people going up the entire flight with you. It's not often. Some people get on, some people get off. And as you're experiencing elevation in whatever stage of your life, because this is not only for those who are in the church world, for those who are in the secular world, in your jobs, in your careers, you have to recognize that your circle matters, and your circle will evolve to those who can see you as who you are at that stage. Just actually recently, I went through um a, a, a career change. I don't want to call it a change, but it's a change. But a career change, where I went from one department to another, and if the people at my new stage only saw me as who I was at the old stage, they wouldn't even know the questions that I can answer now. Yeah. Because the changes that I've experienced, the evolution that I've gone through allows me to answer more questions. I have more access. I have more capability. And if you don't even know that I have this access, you won't ask the right questions. That's all I got tonight. It matters how they see you. It matters how they see you. I can't. That's all I want to say to you. That's the whole message. That's the whole. That's the whole of it. I need for you to catch that. I need for you to understand that. I need for you to grasp that, because I feel like when you grasp that, you can actually grab onto something that can change your life. Because once you do that, you'll change how you walk and talk. You'll start trying to walk at the level that you want to be at. You'll start talking on the level that you want to be at. You'll start reacting on the level that you want to be at. You'll start thinking on the level that you want to be at. You can't you can't think you want to be at this level and you're still talking at this level. They won't see you here. They'll only see you here. And you'll wonder, why can't I get the benefits of this? Why can't I get the access of this? Because I'm still talking like this. Yeah. I'm still thinking like this. I'm still believing like this. But until I can get the revelation that how they see me matters, that how they view me matters, how they honor me matters, then once I get the revelation, my talking will elevate. How I walk will elevate. How I dress will elevate. How I think will elevate. Everything got to go up. Put it in the comments. Everything has to go up. Talk to me in these comments. Everything has to go up. I can't just talk better. I gotta look better. I can't just look better. I gotta act better. I can't just act better. I gotta think better. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Every part of me has to elevate for me to be able to, one, be who I need to be, two, you to see me as who I am, so you can receive the potential of who I am. And if I'm only in a circle that sees me as as still as Lil Rail from around the corner, that they'll never be able. One, I'll never be able to elevate out of that in their eyes. I'll never be able to break out of the cage that you put me in. Because whether people know it or not, whether people want to or not, whether they think they do it or not, they put you in a time capsule. Y'all ever know what a time capsule is? Back in the day, they used to have this. I mean, this used to be big back in the day. I don't know if they do it anymore. They get some kind of uh box or whatever, and they put it, and they dig into the earth, and they put things that match what they believe fits their time. So I think we did it back in 2012. I believe we did it. I know people did before did it. 2012 was when I graduated high school, and you get a box, and then you put in memorabilia from 2012, things that represent the year, and then you put it underground for people to be able to see it later, to try to somehow freeze that time, that point in time. People do that with you too. People do that with you too. They've put you in a time capsule. They've accepted you as who you were, and they're leaving you just like that. Y'all ain't saying nothing in here. Y'all ain't saying nothing in here. I'm done. I'm done. Don't let people to put you in a time capsule. Don't let people lock you in to what they believe you were, to what they saw you as. To where I'm always, I'm not still that. Talk to me in here. Talk to me. But I'm done. Um, I want to go to the next segment. My last segment is what's next. What's next? What's next? I get an opportunity to talk about what's coming up for the future, what's on the horizon right now. Y'all know, big thing I'm gonna keep on talking about because I feel like talking about it. My wife, my wife Adrian has her Mom I Got You brunch coming up. I am so excited for her. You know that there is, we put it in the comments together, but it's the truth. You gotta support the home team. So she got a brunch called Mom I Got You, is aligned with her devotion that she just dropped, called Mom I Got You. So can y'all please, I know um it's a lot of people that come in on this live and who gonna see it, but I need to challenge y'all, man, please, buy a ticket. Take buy a ticket, be in the room. I think it's a great opportunity for mothers to connect, for mothers to be able to partner with other mothers, and to be able to connect and love on each other, and to be able to just show that love and respect to one another. Let me show you it. To be able to be in this group, to be able to uh pour into one another, to be able to pray together, worship together, connect in spirit. I think this is gonna be powerful, man. So great speaker is gonna be on. A whole licensed therapist where you can be able to ask questions, be able to connect, be able to listen, be able to get more context for yourself, for your life, for everything. I think that's one thing powerful that a therapist can do. If that therapist can help give context, and then on top of that, we have the evangelist Benita A. Shelby. I got just a love for Burning Bush and for that family and for Lady Shelby. I was going to that church. I mean, I gotta say 9 or 10 for years from there, man. And she is such a powerful speaker, a powerful wealth of wisdom, knowledge, power, grace. I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity, and it's hosted by the one and the only my baby, my wife, Adrian Smith. She has poured her heart out on this. She has given her all on this, and I'm so proud of her. So listen, um, y'all tap in. Don't miss that. Don't miss that. It's easy. It's easy to see things, to support, and to just move on. It is. Can I talk? This ain't venting. It's easy to just see something that's going on with somebody. Back to the topic. It matters how they see you because you so much lock in what you saw that person as that you're not willing to accept the pivot that the Lord has done. Oh, I feel like preaching now. Let me stop myself. One, embrace the pivot. Yeah, embrace the pivot. Embrace the change. But as you embrace that change, it's important, one, that you start to move on the level of that change. Otherwise, they're going to put you in a time capsule of what you were. They're going to freeze you and put you into the box of what they allowed you to be. Wow. You got to pivot. And I'm just proud that my wife has done that. And she has poured her all into the next part, the next stage of her life. It's important to embrace that change. I'm saying it. I feel that. I feel that, man. I feel that. I don't know if y'all do, man, but I feel that. You got to embrace that. You got to be willing to evolve, willing to change, willing to move on, willing to move forward, willing to grow. You got to be willing. My guy, my bro, what's up, man? You got to be willing, man. And that's a powerful revelation to gather, because once you gather that revelation of I don't have to, and I said this last time, I don't have to do one thing, I don't have to be one thing. I can do this and that. I can be this and that. You'll start to gain a command of who you are. And once you're confident in who you are, you won't let other people try to tell you who you are. I, if I start on this, I'm not gonna be able to stop myself. Oh man, if I'm confident in who I am, I won't be subject to you telling me who I am. I won't be a victim to what you call me. And what you called me could have been true, but I ain't there no more. I'm not there no more. It matters how they see you. It matters how they see you. Man, I love y'all. Let's continue to grow in grace. Grow in grace and the knowledge of Christ. I love y'all. I think once again, make sure that y'all are sharing, liking, um, talking in these comments. I'll be back. This is the Growing Grace podcast. This is It Matters How They See You. I'm done. Y'all be easy.